My name is Alunqeda Mzamani. I've been trading for 5 years now, and in the first 3 months of this year, I managed to make 1.8 million rand. Here, the screenshots over here to prove. And I did this trading swing to swing. This video is going to be the only video that you are ever going to be needing to be able to trade Forex. It's going to be covering the broker to use, how you set it up, MetaTrader 5, trading view, and the actual strategies that we use on a day-to-day basis. So make sure you watch all the way to the very end, where we are going to actually backtest the strategy with you so that we can help you understand the market that much better. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Send this video to someone that you know wants to learn trading but does not know where to start. Okay, so the very first thing that you need to do before anything is, first of all, you need to come and register an account with the broker. A broker is a third party where you are going to be depositing your money, and then they are going to put the money into the trading account. So you need to download MetaTrader 5 off of your app store on your phone, and then you can get TradingView as well on your phone, so that you can see whatever analysis that you have on your PC, you can see it on your phone as well. And you need a broker. You can download the Exness app as well. I'll leave a link in description for everything that you need. And upon clicking the link in bio to register your account, you will be taken to a page that looks quite like this. Then you need to come and put in your email address, your password, and your partner code, so that you can be able to be added into my mentorship. I just want to quickly make sure of my partner code so that I can give it to you directly. So once you come to this page over here, you're going to enter the email of your choice, the password of your choice, and then you're going to enter the following partner code: PO3A56NLP. This is going to be the partner code that you are using, and once you are done and registered your account using the link in my bio, then you're going to send me a message so that you can be added into the exclusive community. I just want to show you what we are actually doing within the exclusive community, so that you guys know exactly what it is that you are going to be signing up for. So within the exclusive community, this is where I do the teaching of the mentorship. This is where I do this is where I teach the swing to swing on a weekly basis. We had a class. All the classes are recorded and uploaded. Here are our videos that were uploaded as well. These are some of the results that the people have been doing. These are some of the trades that the people have been trading. So it is a community where you guys can just jump in and come learn with us. There's another video of the classes as well. There's another video. There's a lot more videos of the classes as well. So we've hosted a lot of sessions over here. So once you are done registering for yourself with an Exness account, then you will be able to have access to this page. Make sure you use my partner code and link in bio. If you already have an account, then the following video that is going to pop up here is to show you exactly how to transfer partnership. Okay, so in order to change partner, once you are done, you need to come here, log into your page, and then come to the bottom right, click the bottom right, and then start a new chat. And then when you start a new chat, request the partner change, right? Once you're done requesting the partner change, they're going to be sending you instructions to follow in order to be able to change your partner. Once you get your response, click the link that they give you, and then give the reasons why you are changing your partner. Just follow the instructions. It's going to be very quick and very simple. Okay, and then you're just going to say education, paste the link, and then you're going to paste my YouTube link and say I want Sleazy's mentorship, submit. Obviously I can't be a partner under my own. And then once you are done, you will be ready to go. You make sure once you are done, you come back here and open a brand new trading account. This is the account that you are going to be using from this point forward. Even if you have other accounts, you can archive them and only use the brand new one that we know it is going to be specifically for swing to swing. Once you have transferred partnership, make sure to open a brand new trading account. So we're going to come here and actually log in. Once we are done registering, we're just going to log into our accounts. Make sure that the account is verified. When you come under the profile, come under verification, you can see it's fully verified, right? And then you're going to open everything else. You can archive it, and then you're going to open a brand new trading account. If you're trading below $10 or lower, I recommend a cent account. If you can go for $30 and higher, then a standard account, right? You can go all the way up. Is one is to unlimited leverage, but you need to meet the minimum of 5 lots before you can go to one is to unlimited. So for now, we can do one is to 2000. You're going to put in your trading password, right? I'm just going to use the password that I normally use, and then you are going to create account. Let me see which I would like to use GBP. Let me see where GBP is. Pound sterling, and then create account. Once the account has been created, then you can come here and press trade, right? And then just go to the MetaTrader 5 options, and then I just want to quickly share my screen so that I can show you exactly what to do. And you are registered when you are logging in, sorry. Okay, so then you are going to come to your phone, right? And then once you get into your phone, you're going to go and copy the following details. You're going to first go to your MetaTrader 5 app, right? Log into your Xness account. Make sure that the server is the same, real 10. There is real. And then you're just going to put in the details 410813777. Login details, the ones that you use to log in your account. I don't know if this is gonna work, or I'll have to use, there we go. Then once you are logged in, this is now the page that you're going to see. In this side, this is the quotes. You're going to come here and search for XAUUSD. This is the one that we are going to be trading. Everything else does not matter. Right, let's come here to chart. So this is on the y-axis. This is the this is price. X-axis, this is time. It's time and price, right? Over here, these are the time frames that we are going to be utilizing. I'll go deeper into them as we go. Everything else over here we can delete. We only trade XAU USD, but you are welcome to try swing to swing on another pair. It will definitely work. Whenever now you are executing trades, you press plus over here. Okay, it doesn't want me to execute trades because there's no money in the account. For the sake of making the example, we will, for example, place a trade. You can enable auto trading, auto entering by using this, and then when you press buy or sell, you'll be able to one-click trade. And then when you press the plus, then remember what I said about the time and price. You are able to use the stop loss over here. You get the number from the trading view, or your analysis will go deeper into it as we go. And then you put it here for stop loss, you put it here for take profit, then you can choose sell by market or buy by market. Then you also have pending orders, buy limit, sell stop, buy stop. We're not going to get too deep into that. If you want to learn more about buy stop, sell stop, just literally search it on YouTube. You'll find it somewhere. This number over here, this is what you call a lot size. The lowest lot size you'll be able to use is 0.01, and the highest is literally unlimited. There are people who even use 100 lot size. The biggest lot size I've ever used was 5 lot, and so on and so forth. Once you execute your trade, the trade will run on this page over here, and then the history, this is where it's going to show any trades that you took prior. Can you see I've been practicing boom and crash over here, but let's not pay too much attention to that. And that is basically how you set up your account. Make sure it is the Xness account that you're going to be trading on, and make sure you will be trading on XAU USD. Cool. Stick towards the end of the video where we are actually going to try and execute a trade together and see how it works. And we are also going to be doing a full-on backtesting session for a full month of trading just to see how the swing to swing works. Anyways, let's go into the actual trading space. Okay, so the next thing that we need is trading view, right? You're just going to come here and search trading view and then trading view desktop. Make sure you download. I'll leave a link down below for you to get yourself a trading view as well. You can download the Windows one based if you're using a Windows or Mac or a Linux, and then just install it onto your computer, and from there everything will start. So this is what you're going to see first, and then you're just going to open a super chart, and then you're going to come to the watch list. Make sure you only put in gold is the only one that we are utilizing. Everything else does work. Swing to swing does work on everything else, but I specialize on XAU USD mainly, so you can remove everything else. The other apps, thinking Forex Factory. You can use Forex Factory to figure out when fundamental events are going to be, but we don't really pay attention to the foreign fundamental events. We are not fundamental traders. Fundamental events, the belief is fundamentals create volatility, not direction. So if you can catch the right direction correctly and analyze correctly, then you should not struggle or worry too much about what's happening on this page. Just know you are going to come to the filter over here on the top right. Make sure you select the high folder. Make sure you only select USD. Everything else is unimportant for us, especially because XAU USD is only going to be affected by USD charts. Cool. Now you have everything that you need. You have your accounts set up. You have logged into your trading account. You can now deposit, and then we can start to learn, right? If you have watched this far, make sure to consider leaving a like and a comment. Share the video to somebody else who wants to learn, and make sure you do subscribe. If you want to join the exclusive community, register with the Xness, transfer your partnership, send me a message so you can be added. Let's make money. Okay, so now that you are done setting up your trading view and you are done setting up all of your trading accounts, it's now time to actually learn how to trade. So first things first, what is Forex? Forex is short for foreign exchange. It is an exchange of one country's currency with the other country's currency. We make money by predicting whether the price is going to increase or decrease based on what pair versus the other pair. So when we are looking at a currency pair, we look at Euro USD is the most popular traded pair with the highest liquidity every single day. Euro USD, the base currency is the euro and the secondary currency is the USD. If you're predicting that Euro USD is going to increase in value, you're basically predicting that the euro is going to gain value over the USD. And if you are correct, you buy or long the market, and if it goes in that direction, you make a profit. But if it goes in the opposite direction, you make a loss. And then in vice versa, when you are selling the market, you are basically predicting that the euro is going to lose value against the USD. Remember, euro base, USD secondary, right? So the base is the currency that we're predicting which way it's going. The secondary is against what? You understand? So in that being said, the most popular pair, Euro USD, the major pairs is your Euro, your USD, your anything that has USD to Euro USD within it. GBP USD as well is a very popular one. It's the major currency pair. I'm not really going to go too deep into the currency pairs. Actually, I don't want you guys to spend a lot of time trying to understand all these different currency pairs, but the terminologies that you need to know is bullish versus bearish. Bullish is basically when the market is going up. The way you can remember this is a bull has horns, and those horns are facing up, whereas a bear doesn't and is going down. Bull is up, bear is down, right? When you are longing the market, you are buying the market, you are in a bullish market. When you're shorting the market, you are selling the market, you're in a bearish market. You understand? These are just a few terminologies, and as we go, I'm going to add more and more terminologies. So now let's get into what we call technical analysis. Technical analysis is what we use to identify or predict the direction of the market. Technical analysis is what helps us to actually find the general direction and make a profit out of that general direction. We use tools such as trend lines, horizontal raise, horizontal what is this one called? We use trend lines, horizontal rays, horizontal lines, vertical lines, rectangles, etc., 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 to analyze the market and understand the overall outlook of the market. Once we have a full outlook of the market, a full understanding of the market, then we are able to long or short the market on our MetaTrader 5, as I've shown you in the beginning of the video how to set it up, with which broker to set it up with. Make sure you click in the link down below to register your account if you haven't already. This is very important and key. Cool. So now if we can come into the chart, what you see here is my swing to swing indicator. I'm going to turn it off right now. We are not going to be utilizing it at the moment. So what we need to understand is market nature. That's the very first thing that we need to understand. Market nature, market phase. So what is market nature? This is how the market usually moves. The first thing that we need to know before we get into that is the market moves in 3 different types of trends. It moves in an uptrend, a downtrend, and a sideways market, a consolidation, a pullback, a correction, right? So this is how it would look. This is your uptrend. This is your downtrend. And then this is your consolidating market, sideways. Sometimes it will be slanted down a bit, but the overall idea is that it moves sideways. So an uptrend, if we can zoom in here, an uptrend is categorized by a series of higher highs and higher lows. I'm going to try and slow down my explanation so that you guys understand it further. It is categorized by a series of higher highs and higher lows. So we look at the lowest point and we look at the highest point, right? So this is our initial low. This is our initial high. When we look at the next low, it is higher than the previous low, and then the next one is higher than the previous low. So this is now going to be your initial low, then higher low, higher low, plain and simple. Then this is going to be your initial high, and then it's gonna be higher high, higher high, and higher high. If we keep on looking the highs, the next high is higher than the previous high, the next high is higher than the previous high. The general rule about an uptrend is that it respects the lows. It does not break below the low. If you can draw fully, you can see nothing went below this low, nothing went below this low, nothing went below this low, right? But it breaks the highs. This high was broken, this high was broken, this high will most likely be broken. Price is most likely going to come back down and then push to break that. So some of you guys like to call this a break of structure. I don't know what else you guys call it. You guys have your very fancy ICT SMC names that I really do not like. Those things are forbidden here. Actually, here is the main rule that I actually want to give you guys. If you guys are currently watching this video right now and you know that you are not going to be utilizing swing to swing as of today, and you know that you are just going to be taking this knowledge and try to mix it with other things, you're going to try and put ICT SMC, all these things, turn off the video right now because you're just wasting your time. If you do not use the system down to the T, the way it is supposed to be utilized, you're just going to be wasting your time. Do not strategy hop. If you already have a working strategy, go practice that strategy. Get off this video right now. But if you know that you don't have a working strategy and you know that you are serious about making this trading thing work, delete all of your signals groups. I have a signal group. Delete all of your mentorship group. I have a mentorship group. Delete all of anything that has to do with trading. If you have to even unfollow your favorite traders including myself, do that, because at the end of the day, this is going to be you versus you in the markets. Everyone else does not matter. What we are trying to build is your success, not somebody else's success. And we will get to exactly how we are going to do that towards the end of the video. But if you are here knowing that you are going to cheat on me and go and practice another strategy, hop off the video right now. Swing to swing is not for you. Swing to swing is not for you. Anyways, cool. You can see we are in an uptrend. Then we utilize a tool called the trend line. Sorry, I forgot to say, when we come here on the left hand side of things, we can see the tools that we use. Just put a star next to trend line, horizontal ray, vertical line. Horizontal line, we won't really need it much. I can even turn that one off. Fibonacci retracement, we're definitely gonna need it. Long position, short position, price range, we won't need it. What else? Brush, we'll need it. Highlighter, not gonna really need it. Arrow, we're gonna need it. Rectangle, we are gonna need it. And path, we're going to need it. Text, it's up to you. What if you want to put something on the thing? Pin is not gonna be needed. Callout is not gonna be needed. So these are the ones that you're going to be utilizing as we are going on. Try to practice everything that I'm showing you on your side as well. If you have your phone open watching the video, or you're watching it on TV or something, also have your laptop open so that you can also practice what I'm showing you. Number one. Number two, you can also practice after the whole video, but actively take notes as well. Write down every single thing so that you know where to refer to, and even if at some point you get distracted away from your strategy, you know you always have something written down physically. If you haven't started taking notes up until this point right now, you're probably not gonna make it. But anyways, cool. We utilize a trend line to connect these lows, right? And when we connect the lows, we try to cater for most touches. The goal is to cater for most touches, but we won't be perfect in throwing the trends. So we connect the lows using the trend, and then we connect the highs using the trend. So the bottom becomes a supporting uptrend and the top becomes a resisting uptrend, right? I'll tell you why it is supporting and resisting when we get to support and resistance. So pay attention to everything that we have here. We're about to move on to the downtrend, but at some point we're going to discuss exactly how to trade this pattern. So a downtrend is categorized by a series of lower highs and lower lows. So this will be our initial low, and then this will be our initial low, and then we'll have the next low being lower than the previous low, next low being lower than the previous low, and then here this will be our initial high, lower high, lower high. If we come and take the brush again, you'll see this is your initial high. The next high is lower than the previous high. The next high is lower than the previous high. The golden rule about a downtrend, the lows over here, we look at the first low. The next low is lower than the previous low. Lower low, lower low. So within a downtrend, the lows are broken. The lows are disrespected. You can see price went right through, you understand, and the highs are respected. You can draw an endless line and nothing has taken this price out, nothing has broken above, and we now can expect the price to pull back and then continue to drop again. We utilize the trend line to connect the highs, catering for most touches. The touches won't be perfect, we just want to cater for most of them, right? And then we connect the lows, catering for most touches. We won't be perfect, we just want to have the general idea. So this is called a downtrend and this is called an uptrend, right? We're gonna get into two different types of strategies to trade these two trends, which is going to be continuations and breakout retests. Okay, cool. So the market also moves in a sideways or consolidating market. You can see the market, it fails to break above a specific high and it fails to break above a specific low. It moves sideways, it consolidates, it sort of moves within a channel, right? So now within that rectangular channel, the top that it fails to break, that is now your resistance. right? The market fails to break above the resistance, and then this over here is now your support. The market fails to break below the support. So for you to be able to remember, the resistance is the roof of the market, the support is the surface of the market. You understand? Price fails to break below the surface and it fails to break above the roof. You understand? Roof, resistance, support, surface. Simple, right? Okay, so now let us get into, okay, so we use a rectangle, right? Because the support and resistance is not a continuous level like the trends. We won't have one continuous level. It's going to be a general zone, right? Not too much of a big zone. We don't want thick ass zones that we don't even know where to enter. Nice thin zone that covers and caters for most touches. Again, we try to cater for most touches, but we will not be perfect. It's the same thing over and 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 over. You're going to see the market is very repetitive. The market repeats certain patterns over and over and over, and the better you get at identifying this repetition, the better you get at trading this market. Yes, definitely. I know I'm not lying. If you think I'm lying, you can click off the video right now. Me, I don't care. Me, I know I make money. And I showed you guys. I showed you guys that I make a lot of money. There's going to be people that are going to go and try to watch this whole video and react. Oh no, Sleazy's lying. Sleazy's this, Sleazy's that. At the end of the day, I know my bank balance. I don't know what your bank balance is. And I'm trying to show you that you can also improve your bank balance by doing what I'm trying to show you right now. So, when we look at a uptrend, how do we trade an uptrend? We look at the amount of touches we have on the lows and we look at the amount of touches we have on the highs. So when an uptrend is forming, remember we use a trend line to connect the lows and connect the highs. So if the market pushes down and pushes up like this, do we have any trend line? No, we cannot have any trend line, because maybe we'll say, okay, we are in an uptrend, but who's to say that the market is not just going to continue into this? The market can't do that. So what does that mean? It means one touch is not enough. So now when price comes, retest this point and over here, now all of a sudden we are able to draw a trend line. But do we have any entry? No, we don't have an entry, because who's to say price is not going to just tap this level and then continue to push down? Who's to say this is the exact reversal point? Who's to say? We don't know. It's not a general repeating pattern. But now on the third touch, this is what you call your golden touch, right? Your third touch is your golden touch. A golden touch, write this down, is going to be one of the most important touches that you will have throughout the entire market. Everything that I'm teaching you now is going to be utilized throughout the entire video and throughout the rest of your trading journey too. If you choose to take swing to swing as seriously and as I'm telling you to do, you are going to be utilizing everything that I'm telling you now until the rest of your life. You won't need to watch any other video after this, and if you do, it's going to be another swing to swing lesson. It's going to be a breakout bull lesson. It's going to be Bruno Lines lesson. It's going to be APR lessons. But guess what? It is all coming into one system, one trading strategy, which is pure price action. We don't use SMC here. We don't use ICT here. We don't use ICC. There is very interesting and funny names out there. We don't care about those names. What we care about is how we make the money, because it's all repetitive. It's all the same. A trend line is the SMC is just a very fancy way to draw a trend line. I will show you. It's a very fancy way to just draw a trend line. It's all the same shit. So we connect the highs, we connect the lows, you see we have our trend. So at the golden touch, when price comes back down to give us the third touch, we look for some sort of confirmation there, and that will be our entry. We will discuss confirmations as we go further into the video, right? So we use a long position to measure our entry, right? Our target and where we would like to close, right? So this level over here is what you call a stop loss, right? This is an SL, stop loss. So as I explained earlier in the video about the SL, the SL is going to be a specific number that you will get when you look on the right hand side, the x-axis, the y-axis. I forgot to say, on the right hand side of the market, the y-axis, this is price. These numbers are very important. You need to pay attention to all these numbers. And then on the x-axis, this is time and price. The market is time and price. It's not just price alone, it is time and price. You need to be able to understand them both combined together. And now the stop loss will be at a certain price level. And then remember, I told you on the MetaTrader 5 there's going to be a specific place when you're entering a trade where you can now put that number for that stop loss, which it will automatically close your trades when price gets to that level, right? And then the target is going to called TP, take profit, right? Don't worry, we will have a trade that we will take to actually practice everything that we are talking about right now. So this is now your take profit. This is where you want to close your trades when you've made a sufficient enough profit. So these two levels are important so that you know once you find your setup, you take your entry, you put your stop loss, you put your take profit, you put your phone away, you go do whatever you want to do with your day. If you have a date with a hot hand, you're gonna go and take that girl out and give her the best night of her life, knowing damn well when you are getting home, you're waiting for money to land, you're waiting for your profits to be clocked into your history. When you're done, the trade will be closed. But you also have the possibility of losing money. But with the stop loss, you now control the amount of money that you lose. The goal is to lose less money than you make. That is the goal of trading. You lose less money than you make. So that is your stop loss, that is your take profit. We'll go deeper into the stop loss and take profit once we start to make examples on the charts. So the way I want you to actually think about a stop loss is a point of invalidation. Don't look at it as I want to lose X amount, but rather look at it as when the price comes here over this period of time, right? When price comes to this level, I would like to be out of this trade, because once price gets here, then the trade is no longer valid. I'm no longer looking for a buy, because what? We have a breakout. You will see when we start to look at breakout retest why this is going to be important to do. And then TP, take profit, you always target the previous high. Why do we target previous high? Because again, the golden rule about an uptrend, it disrespects highs or breaks highs and respects lows. So if we know that the high is going to be respected, that is a level that we know for a fact that it has to go and break, meaning we can target that level. If price decides it wants to shoot even higher after this level, we don't care. Even if now all of a sudden price comes here, it breaks, it does a small retest, and we don't care about that small retest and continuation. We take what we can and we get out. We take what we want and we get out. We don't take more than what the market gives us. The market rewards discipline, not luck. Discipline. You need to be disciplined in your entries. You need to be disciplined in where you're trading the market, right? Now with the downtrend, remember, recap, first touch doesn't mean shit, second touch confirms the trend, third touch confirms the entry. Write that down. First touch doesn't mean shit, second touch confirms the trend, third touch confirms the entry. What about fourth touch? Fourth touch is another entry, but it's slightly weaker than the third touch. Golden touch is always there. That's the golden spot. That's the beautiful spot where we want to be in. Fourth touch, we can take a trade too. Fifth touch, we can take a trade too. But 9 out of 10 times, you won't really get a trade around those levels, you know? So, cool. Now let's look at a downtrend. So again, first touch doesn't mean shit. Second touch, we are working with something now. We have a valid trend. Third touch, we've got our valid entry. Now I'm gonna give you your time to actually answer me this question, right? So now, at our third touch, from everything that I just told you, where would you screenshot this? Where would you place your stop loss? Where would you place your take profit? Right? Okay. We resume now. I don't know. Your entry is always on the third touch. We'll look for some sort of confirmation there. We'll discuss it when we get deeper into the video. Our take profit is going to be the previous low. Why? Because the lows are always being disrespected. And our stop loss, well, point of invalidation is going to be this high over here. So the stop loss would be there, right? But look at how big the stop loss is. I don't like that stop loss. But when price breaks above this resisting trend, right, when price breaks above this resisting trend, it has broken the pattern that it's currently forming, meaning chances are price wants to go up now. So our point of invalidation would just be slightly above the resisting downtrend. Makes sense? Okay, we're going to go into the charts now to actually try and find some of these entries. I'm going to just do one sell setup and one buy setup. You can try and find more setups for yourself as time goes. Okay. Oof. I think this is a beautiful one. No, it's not. That's not the best one. First touch, second touch, that a third touch. Yes. So if you take a look over here, when we're drawing the trend, remember, we try to cater for most touches, right? We are not going to find the perfect touches, but we try to cater for most touches. So what do we see here? Before we draw this trend, we see that we have a high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, and a lower high. This would be your third touch, right? So now we try to connect the trends and cater for most touches, right? So the golden rule about drawing the trends, we look at the wicks, we look at the candlesticks. What is a candlestick? Candlestick looks something like this. A candlestick, this is the language of the market, right? The same way JavaScript, Python, C++ is the language of coding. We have our own language. This is the language of the market. What is this? This is the wick. This is the shadow. This shows where price was but did not close. This is the wick. These two are the wicks over here. Just want to note that down so that you have something and you can write this down as well. Right? That is the wick or the shadow. And then this is the body. Right? So the body, price opens, given this is a selling candle. If this is selling candle, so the color of your candlesticks for you would be red and green, but you can change them. So let me just show you. If you double tap on it, you are able to change it. But for the sake of this video, let me just say when price goes up, we'll make it green. I'll just change it back when I'm done with the video. And when it goes down, it will be red. This is how your candlesticks are going to look, right? So the red candlestick is when the price goes down, right? When the price is going down, it's bearish. You are looking for shorts, right? It's going to be a red candlestick. What does it mean? It means price opened at the top. On a red candlestick, it opens at the top. It creates a high. Price was here but did not close here. It creates a low. Price was here but did not end here, and price ends here. Close. Open, high, low, close. Open, high, low, close. Open, high, low, close. Right? That is a bearish candlestick. Now a bullish candlestick, the open is now at the bottom. The open of a bullish candlestick is at the bottom. Yes? Okay. Open, low, price was there, did not end there. High, price was there, did not end there. Close. That's a bullish candlestick. Open, low, high, close. Open, low, high, close. Open, low, high, close. That is a bullish candlestick. So they are candlestick patterns to confirm entries. I'm not going to talk to you about candlestick patterns because they are not important for me like that. But what you can do is you can go to Chrome and search the Candlestick Bible. Go get yourself that book, read it, go look through some of those candlestick patterns. They're not that important, but it's good for you to know. I won't cover them because I don't use candlestick patterns. Okay, cool. So you see, when we draw the trend line, now let's pay attention to the candlesticks. We are allowed to break through the body, but never, we're allowed to cut through the wick, but never the body. We cannot cut through the body like this. Instead, we have to cut through the wick, or we can even do it at the top of the wick touches. So if we're catering for moose touches, what happens? Price went through, it slightly broke through that wick. So treat it like a window. If you were to run straight through a window, chances are you're gonna break through it. But if you were to go into the same motion into the wall, you are going to break yourself. You are not stronger than a wall. You are not Superman, boss. Uzofa. Splat on the wall. But with the window, through it. Same thing with the candlestick. The body, you splat on it. You can't go through it. Window, you can. Wick, you can. Shadow, you can. You understand? So if you take a look over here, we slightly cut through the candle. And then over there, we have a third touch. Right? Pay attention to this one. So now when price comes back to create the dead chart, we look for some sort of confirmation. We'll get into the confirmations. Just pay attention to this one. We're going to keep making example of this cell over here as we adding into the confirmations. So this is now our entry. Stop loss, we can put it above that wick, because we know if price, for example, you see how price went broke through. Remember, we said the body must never break through. So when the body cut through it over there and closed above, that means the trade is no longer valid. That means we are looking to go for buys. We are looking to go to the upside. This right now is also a trading pattern of its own, and price, we can expect price to give us buying opportunities, right? So there was our entry. We target the low, golden touch, target the low, TP at the low. There is the trade. Done. Was that confusing? I'm sure it was, but rewatch it, rewind, start over, practice over and over, draw it on your chart, do it over and 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 over. At some point you will understand what I am trying to show you, and once you understand what I'm trying to show you, then you will be that much closer to becoming profitable. Now let's look for a buying setup. Let's look for a buying setup. I think I see one. There we go. Beautiful. Then we can clone it. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So now, when we look at the market over here, there we look at the lows. Remember, we're trying to cater for most touches. We can cut through the wick, but never the body. So now let's connect to the lows. You can see it's looking scrumptious now, right? We have our first touch over there, second touch over there, third touch over there. We are going to discuss confirmations as we get there, but for now, let's just focus on what we are seeing. So we see that price creates our initial high, initial low, right? Initial high, initial low, higher high, higher low, higher highs all the way up there, higher low will be our third touch. So our higher high is all the way there, higher low is our dead touch, our golden touch. So at the golden touch, that is now our entry. The stop loss below the supporting uptrend, the take profit at that high. So now to go back to the stop loss and take profit. So if you pay attention, where we put our stop loss, we put it below that wick, put it at the same time below that trend, because we know if a candlestick were to open and close bearish like that, the trend is no longer valid. Why? Because now we are starting to see a potential breakout retest for sales to the downside. Don't worry about the fact that you don't know what a breakout retest is. Now we will get to it. We will explain it. Right now we're just trying to explain the simple trend line strategy. So now that level over there, if you look on the right hand side, it's going to be 4,105. That is your stop loss. Your take profit is 4,141. You would take a market execution at 4,118, and then you put your stop loss. You remember when you're executing the trades, I showed you in the beginning of the video, there is that level where you can put the stop loss, you can put your take profit. So you're going to write down those numbers at those levels, and then you put your phone away, and then you wait for the market to give you your take profit or your stop loss, and you call it a night, you call it a day. You are done. You don't do any more. You guys like to do more. Don't do more after the market has given you, and then it went and created another trend over there, and it created another beautiful dead touch entry, and all the way down. Like, it was just, it's just so beautiful. It's repetitive. It always happens. It always happens. You just need to learn how to identify them more. You put your take profit, you put your stop loss, one trade every day, you are done. You are done. Yes? Good. Now we come back to this real quick, just to put the stop loss and take profit again. Look, there's our stop loss right above the trend. We know if a candlestick were to open and close outside of that, then we're expecting a switch of the trend. We're expecting a breakout retest to continue to push to the upside. But we see that price first dropped before giving out that break. So 4,039, that's your stop loss. That's where the market will automatically close your trades when you are done. And then take profit, when you're in profit, you have hit your target, it's on 4,017. You take that number, you put it onto your MT4, you put it on the TP, you put it on the SL, you are done. You are done. You can modify the trade, or you can, I'll do an example trade for you guys so you don't have to worry. So you can modify the trade, or you can actually put in the levels as you are actually executing the trade first. It really depends on you how you want to do it. Right? It's plain and simple. Plain and simple. Right? That is your downtrend, and that was your uptrend. Try and go find more of them. You're not gonna be having a good time trying to find them now, but practice makes perfect. Now let's get into support and resistance, and then we're gonna go back into the trend and look at breakout retest. So when the market starts to move sideways, right, this is how you trade it. First touch, again, it doesn't mean shit. What can you get from a first touch? Nothing. But then when we get a second touch, finally we have something. We see once we get a second touch over there, we have some sort of zone. Do we have an entry? No, because who's to say price was just not gonna just go and drop below that? Who's to say that? No one can tell you that. And then we have a resistance too, right? And then what happens? Price fails to break below the low and fails to break above the high, fails to break below the low, fails to break above the high. Remember, that touch, golden touch. Again, that touch is now the golden touch. So now this becomes a much easier trade. You would take your entry at the high and you simply target the low. From resistance to support, support to resistance, over and over and over and over. Right? Again, this is going to be now your third touch from the buy for the buyers. When price comes and creates your golden touch over there, stop loss below the support, and then take profit at the resistance. Resistance to support, support to resistance, resistance to support, support to resistance. Now let's quickly take a look and see if we cannot find a good example on the chart. So here's a beautiful example over here. Right, it's not the best one. We have a fake out. Remember, we cater for most touches. We don't get a direct and the exact market. And then number two, right, when we are marking out the support and resistance, you're going to see a lot of fake outs on of support and resistance. So you really actually want to trade off of support and resistance unless you're trading swing to swing. But we will get into swing to swing, don't worry about it. So you can see first touch don't mean shit, second touch we have some sort of zone, third touch we have our entry. First touch don't mean shit, second touch we have our zone, third touch we have our entry. You can see price actually pushed above it slightly, so technically we wouldn't have any sells, we would have a stop loss hit over there. But the buy, we enter right there, stop loss below the low, take profit at the resistance, from support to resistance, resistance to support, over and over and over and over. Let me see if I'm unable to catch any selling support and resistance trade. This one technically is, but it's not the best one. Same thing with this one. I just want to find a much better looking one. Here's a better looking one. Catering for most touches. First touch don't mean shit, second touch, third touch, we even had a fourth touch, but it didn't go to full TP. First touch don't mean shit, so we can do first touch don't mean shit, second touch, third touch. So what do I mean by that? There's your first touch, there's your second touch, first touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch. It didn't go the whole way up until it went and broke above, but roughly it failed to break above that high, it failed to break above that low. So what happened? Price created that first touch, creates that second touch, it goes and it creates that third touch. There was our entry right there, stop loss below the support, TP at the resistance, plain and simple. And then with the sells, entry, their touch over there, there's your golden touch, stop loss above the resistance, take profit at the support, plain and simple, plain and simple, right? This is your support and resistance. This is when the market moves sideways, correct? Cool. So now we are getting into breakout retest. Yo guys, I'm so excited for you guys. The moment you guys get to understand everything that I am showing you guys, once you guys get to the point where you understand what I'm showing you guys, I actually want to keep these levels. Actually, let me not delete everything. Let's keep, did I delete the trends? If I deleted the trends, then we're gonna just delete everything. Yeah, it's fine. Once everything starts to line up together, you guys are going to see a different type of strategy. It's not longer going to be as basic and simple as it looks. It's going to be more it's going to be making a bit more sense, and you guys are going to be catching even more trades than you were actually able to catch. But for now, you are going to pause the video right now, go and try to identify these levels on your own, practice these levels on your own, then come back and continue from this point forth. At this point forth, we are about to go and discuss breakout retest, right, which is the current setup that we are technically looking at. So in a downtrend or an uptrend or a sideways trend, the general rule for those trends are: when one trend is broken, another one always forms. Always. We go from one trend to another. There are always trends within trends, trends within trends. There are trends everywhere. The market is in a trend of its own. The market trends. You understand? We are trading trends, whether we are trading sideways trends, whether we are trading up trends, whether we are trading down trends. For you SMC and ICT people, oh no, I trade like the bank. You are trading a fucking trend. The market goes, it pushes down, it comes back up, it taps a fair value gap, it goes down, it creates a break of structure, it comes back up, it taps a fair value gap, it goes down, it creates a break of structure, or it goes, it sweeps a low, it sweeps your liquidity, it creates a fucking double bottom, it creates a support. It respects a support. It takes out the resistance. Oh no, it seeps liquidity, and then it creates a market structure shift. It creates a head and shoulders and goes back up. It's the same thing. The market is trends. Zonke ziyafana, yonke insipho iyawasha. Everything, for as long as you understand what you are talking about, for as long as you understand what the market is telling you, then you good. But everybody watching this video today who wants to trade swing to swing, go delete everything else. It's not important. It's not important. When you trade like the bank, I've never seen you, but your bank balance doesn't reflect trading like a bank. I've never seen a bank balance, a bank blow as much as you. But you want to be on top and be better than everybody else. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna rant a lot in this video. But yeah, you see, we have a downtrend, right? In a downtrend, we respect the highs and disrespect the lows. You guys are gonna tell me break of structure, maybe an order block or a fair value gap around here, and then there was some sort of liquidity, whatever. And then cool, price creates a downtrend. And then what is your breakout retest? So when one trend is broken, another one will form. That is the general rule. When one trend is broken, another one always forms. That's how it looks. So simultaneously, as I'm explaining a breakout retest, I'm also going to explain your price action patterns, right? These candlestick patterns, I don't really use them. What I do use is price action patterns. I forgot to speak about market nature. I'm going to actually get into market nature at the same time with this one, or market phase, whatever. So when price breaks the trend, right, it will retest it. Either an immediate retest at the breakout over there, you get immediate retest, or you get a deeper retest. I mean a retest onto the trend, but it's going to push up further higher first, or a deep retest and then continue to push up. But regardless, we have a breakout retest and then what, continue to push to the upside. So when we have a breakout retest, right, the 90% rule states 90% of the time, whatever trend started the correction, the breakout retest shall go and take out that high. 90% of the time, this high will be taken out. This is the start of that downtrend. The start of the downtrend will go and get taken out 90% of the time. It's not worded like that, word for word, bar for bar, but that's the general idea. So at your breakout retest, roughly your entry would be at your retest, stop loss below the lowest low, and then take profit would be at the high. This is what you call a breakout retest setup. And at the same time, this setup is market nature. This setup is a bullish flag. This is a price action pattern. So before I get into deep with this one, let's discuss price action patterns. So there are only 3 types of price action patterns that I use. I use a flag. This can be your bullish flag, your wedge, your symmetrical triangle, but it's a flag, right? Bullish flag, bearish flag. These are continuation patterns. I use reversal patterns such as a double bottom, double top, head and shoulders, and inverse head and shoulders. Right? Plain and simple, guys. Right? Cool. So the way that these patterns work, it will be, this is now market nature. Market nature is impulse and correction. The market moves in 2 phases: impulse An impulsive market will have big green candles if it's a bullish market, and then the correction, it will be a lot of consolidation sideways, green red green red green red green red sideways. And sometimes it moves slightly down, sometimes it would be a sideways channel, sometimes it would be slightly ascending, but at the same time it is simple impulse, right? This is impulse, and this is the correction, right? Correction. I don't know if I even spelled it right, guys. Me, I'm failing. I was failing at school, bro. I was failing English, but I make money. Asifani hayi kabi asifani, mina ngenza imali, angikhulumi isilungu andisithetha isilungu, mina ndithetha imali, mina ndithetha imali, andithetha isilungu, yabo, sharp. So this is impulse, correction, impulse. This is market nature. This is how the market moves. This is also a bullish flag, bearish flag. Sometimes it is going to look something like this. Sometimes it will look something like this, and then just continue to push up with the impulse. Sometimes it's going to be sideways. It's going to be sideways sometimes. Sometimes it will be symmetrical triangle, maybe it will be like a triangular one, but they are all the same thing. Still impulse, correction, impulse, it's all the same thing, right? You can just, if you want to go deeper into price action patterns, I can make a whole separate video. Just comment down below right now so I can make a whole separate video explaining price action patterns. And then you have your double bottom. This is where price creates your support and it creates your resistance, but it creates an W pattern, a W pattern or an M pattern, right? I can make a whole separate video explaining how to trade these ones, but we are going to get into how to trade them as well. And then you have your head and shoulders. So price will move in such a way that looks like a head and shoulders. It will push up, create the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. It will move down, create the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. This is your inverse head and shoulder. This is the level that we look at. We look at the left shoulder line. We look at the left shoulder line. That's where we usually get our entries, but we'll get deeper into it as we are explaining further. So breakout retest. When a downtrend is breaking, always expect a retest. Your entry will be at the retest. Stop loss below the low, but sometimes you can even pull the stop loss just a bit higher because sometimes the stop loss becomes way too big. But for safety, this is how it should look. Now let's look for a beautiful breakout retest setup. So that one is very simple. So remember, we won't always get golden touches. For example, you see there's a downtrend here, but we never had a golden touch. This one had a immediate retest. It was not the best retest, it was an immediate retest. Okay, so we had two types of retest. We had an immediate retest and then we had a late retest, but then the late retest didn't go deep inside, but and also it didn't take out the 90% rule. I actually need to find one that has a 90% rule being taken out, but cool. If you take a look over here, price broke out of the downtrend and done an immediate retest. That was our entry over there, target that overall high. That's a breakout retest. And then what else? We can see that there was that previous high over there that price actually retested. Price broke out and retested to continue to push to the upside. It didn't go to the full way. So now let me just look for a beautiful one. Clean breakout retest that went the whole way to the 90% rule. This one, I like this one. I like this one a lot. We had an immediate retest straight to TP. So I'll show you. So if you take a look over here, price moves moving in a downtrend, right? Lower highs and lower lows, and then what did price do? It failed to break the low. Instead, it broke the high. It retested, giving us an immediate retest and went straight for full TP. So where would our entry be? At that retest, our entry would be, and then we look for the closest low. The safest one is over here, but that is a very big stop loss. Take profit, obviously 90% rule. It has to take out that high. It has to go and take out that high. But when you look at this, this is a more of a one-to-one. I don't like this. This is too big. This is too thick. So now we can move the stop loss below that nearest low. That looks better. Or even if you want to go a bit deeper, but chances are you're going to get taken out when it looks like this. You are able to catch trades that look like this, but try to just look for the closest low. Below the closest low, there's going to be your setup. Now let me see if I can find the selling one. Exactly already. Straight. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So remember, the breakout retest won't be perfect. We just try to cater for most touches. It will not be perfect. We just try to cater for most touches. So if you take a look over here, price was moving in an uptrend, creating higher highs and higher lows. And then it failed to create that high. It broke out, it retested, and it pushed to the downside. Full target is that low over there. Is our sell on the retest, nearest high, stop loss nearest high, take profit at that low. This is your breakout retest. How does a breakout retest look on a support and resistance, on a sideways trend? So a sideways trend, it moves up and down, failing to break above the high, and failing to break below the low. Right? So the best way to trade it is not to actually trade within the support and resistance. I don't like that unless I'm trading swing to swing. I'll show you why I say that. But instead, we need to wait for price to create a breakout retest. At that retest, that is where we get our entries, right? Stop loss slightly above. So the golden rule about support and resistance is support once broken becomes resistance, and resistance once broken becomes support, right? So there we always target the previous low. Why? When we go back to the trends rule, when one trend is broken, another one will form. So if we break below the lows, what do we have? We have a downtrend. What's the rule about the downtrends? Downtrends break low but respects highs. So if we know the low is going to be broken, then that is the target. We target to get the low to be broken. Sometimes it can even come and create a double bottom, but guess what? You are going to get hit. You're going to hit your take profit. You are still gonna be safe. Don't be one of those bozos who are gonna want to target the whole fucking truck. You're not gonna make a truck with two clipper, guys. You won't. Target what the market gives you. Be happy. The market rewards discipline, not luck. Stop trying to catch lucky trades. Be disciplined in the market. When price breaks above, you wait for it to retest. At the retest, you get your entry. You target the previous high. Why? When a trend is broken, another one will form. So if we break a high, what happens in an uptrend? In an uptrend, the highs are disrespected while the lows are respected. So we know the nearest low would be our stop loss if there were a nearest low, or we just put it slightly below the support. Remember, resistance once broken becomes support. Support once broken becomes resistance. So when price breaks below like this and retest, this is now a support turned into resistance. When price breaks above, this is a resistance turned into support. So there would be our entry, and we target the previous high. So sells, there would be our entry, we target the previous low. So now let's go and look for the same examples that we had last time. There was a very beautiful example that I wanted you guys to actually look at. There was a buy that I caught somewhere. I don't see the example that I wanted to actually give you now, which is very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I don't see. Oh, okay. It's a very small trade. It's a very small trade. I'll teach you guys how to catch better trades. Don't worry. Right now, We're just going to focus on the main idea. There is your resistance. What happened? There's your support. What happened? Support once broken becomes resistance. So what happened? Price broke below, it retested, and it pushed down. Did it not go though? Did it not break the low? If you drop it down to the 1 minute time frame, did it not break the low? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Let me just look for it now. See, now I can't go all the way back. Let me try and look for a better one then. Okay, cool. Here's a beautiful one. So you can see, we're just gonna try and cater for most touches. It won't be perfect. So what happened? Price created a breakout, and then it retested. At the retest, there was your sell entries. Did it not break the low? Did it not break the low? Yes, it did. What does that mean? Support once broken becomes resistance, and then why do we target that low? Stop loss above that high. Simple. There's your trade. It looks small, but it's fine. It's fine, guys. We get the days where we target big, but some days we're going to target small. Some days we're going to have small trades. It's okay. It's okay. We're not always going to catch the best trades. We're not always going to catch the biggest trades. It's okay. You guys don't like disappointment. You guys don't like small profits. You guys want to see 1 million from 2 clipper, but you don't want to see 2 clipper profits. You don't want to double your account. You want to 10x it. You're not always going to 10x, guys. You won't always 10x. You understand? You need to be disciplined in everything. I want you, right now I'll teach you guys how to actually catch bigger trades, better trades that look even bigger than this. I'll teach you guys how to do that when we get into swing to swing. We're almost there. Just to quickly talk to you guys, right? We're almost there. We are almost there. We are, in me recording the video right now, it's about to hit an hour, but it's probably going to be at an hour 20 minutes or an hour 30 minutes, because the first few minutes we spoke about how to connect your account and everything. But you have sat through all of that. You have sat through all of that, and not a lot of you are left. I'm sure if there was 1,000 people that watch this video, by the time we get here, there's only like 100 of you guys left. Congratulations, first of all, for getting this far. You really, really want it, and I believe in you. I used to sit in class, bro, in the back of the class, bro, and I used to stare at the phone trying to study each and every one of these things, bro. I was 17, turning 18 in matric, trying to make sure that shit work out for me, bro. Some of you guys are in that same position. You guys don't know what you're gonna do with your life. You don't know what you're gonna do with your future. You don't know what it holds, but you want to give this trading thing a chance. And simply because you have watched this far and you've sat for this long, right? Yes, I'm earning money from this. Thank you. But that's not the goal. The goal is that you fucking learn how to make money so that you yourself can earn money from this skill. I spent 5 years of my entire life on this skill, and I'm giving it out for you for free. Some of you guys aren't even able to watch through 1 hour. Some of you guys can't even watch 1 hour, and you want to be profitable traders. But for you who's sitting here today, you know you have been here sitting for 5 years with no profits, 10 years with no profits, no consistency, no nothing. But finally, there's something that might work out. I don't promise you the biggest of profits. But I promise you, if you can follow the system at one point in time, it will finally make sense. I've mentored over 1,000 students, bro. Over 1,000 people, bro, and they are getting it. Swing to swing is growing. Swing to swing is spreading. Search swing to swing sleazy on TikTok. You will see people cooking. You will see me cooking. I scream about it so much. I was giving it out for free at some point. Nobody believed in me because I was doing what? $50 profits, $30 profits, $20 profits. But all of a sudden, once I start, go and watch the previous video that I posted a few videos down, where I made $500,000 in front of 1,400 people. I made over $500,000 from 5,000 rand, trading every basic little shit that you see here. Every little basic shit that you see here that I'm teaching you here, that's what I was trading. That's what I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you how how to replicate what I was doing, what I do. I have a child right now that I'm trying to feed, bro. I'm not supposed to be giving it out for free. I'm supposed to be charging you. But you are sitting here and you want to waste the opportunity. But for those who are actually watching at this point in time, congratulations. Don't waste this opportunity. Let's finish the video and then we get back into practice. Send me a message once you're done in the video so that I can add you to my exclusive mentorship group. Make sure that you are registered with the broker in my bio, in the description down below, so that you can be added and gain access to weekly sessions, group sessions, where we are going to be covering swing to swing a lot more and making sure that all the unanswered questions that you have from this video are going to be answered. Make sure, guys, make sure you take this video and take this opportunity to better your trading career. Now, cool. Let's get into the serious things now. Now, before we get into the serious things, we need to go and cover confirmations, right? This is a breakout retest of an uptrend. This is a breakout retest of the sideways trend, the downtrend. It's literally the same thing, just flipped upside down. So now let's talk about confirmations. So whenever we find a double bottom in the market, right, this is how you trade it. So this over here is called the neckline, and this would be the equal lows or the head or whatever, right? So there are two types of setups that usually happen with a double top. It's a normal double top or double bottom, or an inverse double bottom. It's my own concept, that one. So our entry, we always wait for the candlestick to close above the neckline. This is where we would enter the trade, right? Stop loss below the nearest low again, or just give it some sort of room to breathe. Target, we measure from the neckline to the equal low, and then TP is the high for a double bottom. Now, Fibonacci retracement tool. Sometimes the market can break out of the neckline and then retest into 23.6 to push to the upside. This one is more rare, but it's more accurate, right? So then you would mark out from your high, from the high that it does when it's pulling back to the lowest point, right? And then you look for 23.6. These are my Fibonacci settings at 78.6, 0.786, 0.618, right? Those are your breakout bull reversal points, but we are not going to be discussing breakout bull in this video. This video is strictly for swing to swing. So around 23.6 and 38.2, this is where you are going to catch your entries for that double bottom. Stop loss, we can put it below the low, give it some room to breathe, take profit. It's that measured target again. It's the same thing for the cells. Just put it vice versa. I don't want to go too deep into it. Just join the classes so you can ask any questions that you need to ask. Anything that you don't understand, you can go and ask it once you join the classes. It's going to be the first link in bio. And then we have an inverse double. So price will create a double bottom or a double top. It will fail to complete it and then break below. So now remember, this double bottom, remember, to make a support and resistance, right, we need a minimum of 2 touches. So when price creates a double bottom, it pushes whether it completes it or it doesn't, right? When it breaks below, we wait for the breakout retest. On the retest, we full port over here. 9 out of 10 times, it will be the exact reversal point. You don't even have to have a deep stop loss, and then take profit is previous high. This is an inverse double. Inverse double. It's the same thing with the double top. We can enter at the break of the neckline, right, to push it to the downside, or we wait for a 23.6 pullback to continue to push to the downside. Now an inverse double, it creates the setup, it breaks, and then it retests. Remember, support once broken becomes resistance. Resistance once broken becomes support. At that retest, the target is the high. stop loss, just give it some room to breathe. That is your invest double top. That's your invest double bottom. So there are two ways to trade your double top and double bottom. Now let's look at head and shoulders. So this is your normal head and shoulders. How we trade it, right? Again, this over here, this is the neckline. This is your neckline. This can also be a support level, but you will see that the support is not going to really hold if it is a head and shoulders. And then we look on the left shoulder, right? This shoulder, head, shoulder. We look on the left shoulder. Our entry will always be on the left shoulder. That's our entry. Stop loss above the head. Then we measure from the head to the neckline, and from the neckline down, that is going to be your take profit. The head and shoulder has a much more beautiful setup, right? So you can also have price actually pulling back into 23.6 again if you miss that first entry, or price creates a breakout retest at that support, that resistance. So those are the three types of ways to enter a head and shoulders, right? But overall, we know if we break above that head, that's invalid. So same thing with the invest head and shoulders. We measure from the neckline. Here's our neckline. Sometimes it's gonna be slanted. Sometimes it will do this. Sometimes it will do this. Sometimes it will do that. But usually we get this one, right? And then we measure from the left shoulder, right? Our entries on the left shoulder, stop loss above the head, take profit is the measurement from the neckline to the head. Then from the neckline up, tick P will be there. So price can also push above and then go back to 23.6 if you miss the first entry, or it can create a breakout retest of that retest turned into the resistance turned into support. So there are also three types of ways to enter this setup. Cool. These are the only confirmations that matter. So remember when I was saying that SMC, ICT, it's all the same shit, bro. Don't tell me if you're trading as ICT, you've never seen this as a confirmation entry. You've never seen this as a confirmation entry. Price, it will be moving in a downtrend. It creates a break of structure right there. This is going to be your break of structure. Bottom POS right there. And then price creates a market structure shift or a change of character, church right there. And then it opens some sort of fair value gap or point of interest right there. And then you take your entry there and push to the upside. Is that not a head and shoulders? Is that not a head and shoulders? Tell me that they are not the same. I'm listening. Tell me that they are not the same. Tell me. It's fine. It's fine. Uncle, when you trade like a bank. It's fine. Us will stick. Amir, I am what your favorite mentor hates. I am what your favorite mentor hates. Me, I'm a trend line trader and I make a lot of fucking money from trend lines. A lot of money from trend lines. I am what they hate, bro. So now we are finally about to discuss the main point. We are about to discuss swing to swing. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are excited. Go get yourself a cup of coffee. Go get yourself some water. Rest, relax, reset, so that we can come and attack the market again. I also want to get some water. Okay. Don't ask me why I'm cup stacking. I promise you it's water. I promise you, my G, it is water. Okay, cool. So this is the general picture of swing to swing. Price will be moving in an uptrend, right? It will be moving in an uptrend. And the general rule of trends, right? The lower you go, the more trends you will find. There were trends within trends, right? So price will be moving in an uptrend, and then it will start creating a correction, and then it would be an impulse. So when price is in an impulsive impulse, the impulse is the direction of the trend. If it's in an uptrend, the impulse will be the buys, the correction is the sell. So what swing to swing generally is that we're going to be marking out 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. We're going to be marking out certain times. This would roughly be the high, and this would be the low around here, right? Sometimes we get a double bottom as confirmation. Sometimes we get a head and shoulders as confirmation. But then we always target the opposing high. Sometimes we get a breakout retest. We retest, and we push to the downside of the swing to swing, and then we can target the 90% rule of the cells. That is generally what swing to swing is. So everything that you know about support and resistance, keep it up here. But your swing high and your swing low now becomes your support and resistance. What is a swing high? What's a swing low? So we look at the point in which the market tends. This over here is called a pivot point or a swing high. Right, this is your pivot or swing high, right? And then same thing here, this is now your pivot or swing low. So what do we do when we are trading swing to swing? We're trading from swing high to swing low, or swing low to swing high. We're trading from swing to swing. We are trading from support to resistance, one level to another, one level to another, one level to another. Now the general idea is that whenever I say swing, you guys think I hold for 5 million hours. You guys think I hold for 10 months in a row. Baba. Me, I love those ones that I hold for 20 minutes, I'm out. I like to hold 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm good. Longest I'm gonna hold is about 4 hours to 5 hours. I'm not holding that long. Swing to swing is swing high to swing low, not from 1 month to another. No, don't get it confused, right? So now let's actually explain the swing to swing strategy before we explain the systematic approach. So swing to swing is always found on the 5-minute time frame, right? The time frames that you're going to use, you find them on the top left. You use the 1 minute, the 5 minute, 15 minutes, 1 hour, and 4 hours. I forgot to explain how the time frames work. So on the 5-minute time frame, remember it is price and time. It's time and price and time and price. It's all the same shit. X-axis, y-axis, y-axis, right? So the x-axis, that's where you're gonna find the time, and y-axis, that's where you're gonna find the price. So when we're on the 5-minute time frame, if we can now start to see like this, on the 5-minute time frame, you see it marked out 22.55. And then we'll mark the previous one, 22.50, 22.45, 22.40. Every one candlesticks represents 5 minutes of price. One candlestick is 5 minutes in the market. On the 5-minute time frame, one candlestick represents 5 minutes. On the 1 minute time frame, if you take a look, it's 59, 58, 57, 56, 55. One candlestick represents 1 minute in the market. 15 minutes. 45, 30, 15, 10. 45, 30, 15, 9. 45, 30, 50. One candlestick represents 15 minutes of price in an hour time frame. One candlestick, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. One candlestick is 1 hour in the market. 4 hours. One candlestick, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 11, 7, 3, 11, 7, 3, 11, 7, 3, 11. One candlestick represents 4 hours in the market. So the way they work, the time frame, some of you guys have it confused. You think that if I'm on a different time frame, I see a whole different chart completely. No. Just because we're zooming in doesn't, like when we go into the lower time frame, we're zooming into price, we are seeing more of the same thing that's represented on the 4 hour. So everything corresponds, everything comes together, everything works with one another, every little thing, even the strategies that I was teaching you, they all come together, they all form one thing. The analysis that I'm going to teach you, the systematic approach I'm going to teach you, all comes together, all one thing. You understand? Everything is all the same. Yes, yes. So when we go into the lower time frame, we just zooming in on price. We are not, let me draw this vertical lines. We are not seeing a whole different chart altogether. Some of you guys think we see a different chart. We don't. Look, we just zooming in. We're just zooming in. It's the same thing, but we're just zooming in. We're just zooming in. Make sense? Make sense? Same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing. We just zoom in on price. It's not a whole new price. So swing to swing happens on the 5-minute time frame. Write this down. On the 5-minute time frame, we use a vertical line to mark out 2 different times. The way in which we find these times, look at your news events. Search what are news events. Search NFP, search the time of NFP, figure out those things. So when NFP is at 2:30, we are going to start at 2 a.m. When NFP is at 3:30, we're going to start at 3 a.m. This is simply because of daylight savings time. If you get confused, remember, just join the exclusive community. Join the rest of the Swing to Swing community. There are about 200 members right now. We are trying to grow it to over 1,000 in the next few months, and we want to have a very big Swing to Swing community, right? But within this community, sorry about that. Within this community, we help one another in understanding this strategy. So if ever you have any questions about the strategy, join the community. Very first link in bio, send me a message so that you can be added into the community. And once you are in the community, you can ask all of your questions in the sessions that we have. Okay, I'm sorry that I took so much time. So we are going to mark out 2 a.m. Whenever we trade swing to swing, we mark out 2 a.m. right? There's 2 a.m. and then we mark out 11 a.m. right? Then swing high, the way we mark out swing high, focus on the candlesticks again, right? We come back to focus on the candlesticks. When we mark it out, we don't mark out the wick touches, we mark out the body touches. We don't mark here, we mark here. We mark here. Simple? Cool. There's our swing high. There's our swing low. We look for the highest point within 2 a.m. and 11 a.m. and the lowest point between 2 a.m. and 11 a.m. It's not going to be exactly that picture that I drew for you, but that was just to give you a general understanding of what we're looking for, right? So then remember the trade that we just took. I'm going to show you in a different way. That exact same trade, the first trade that I showed you of that downtrend, I'm going to show you in a whole different way right now. So after you mark this out, then you need to find a flag. There's no swing to swing without a flag, right? So you can see this was the downtrend that we were using, was it not? This was the downtrend that we were using. Yes. Okay, and then we use our rectangle to make our swing high a zone, and we make our swing low a zone. So this zone becomes resistance and the other one becomes support. So they work the same way. Support once broken becomes resistance. Resistance once broken becomes support. So now in this zone over here. When price takes out the low first, we can expect the market to go up. So if price comes and takes out the low, we look for a double bottom to go back to the upside, or we look for a head and shoulders to go back for the upside. That is the confirmation that we look for, right? But if price breaks below, we look for a double top to push to the downside, or a head and shoulders to push to the downside. That is the confirmation that we look for. So now let's try and find these. Let's drop down to the 1 minute time frame. So now what happened? Price broke below, shot all the way down, and then it came and retested. When it retested, what did it do? Remember I talked about confirmation patterns, price action patterns. It created a flag. It created a breakout retest. You see how everything is starting to come together. There's a breakout retest. If you missed that first entry, there's a breakout retest. But if you didn't miss that first entry, what did it also do? It created a head and shoulders. Where do we get our entry? We get our entry at the left shoulder. Where do we put our stop loss? We put our stop loss above the resistance. Where do we put our TP? We put our TP at the nearest low. Swing to swing. Swing to swing. Isn't this beautiful? Okay, we missed this. Breakout retest. We have an entry on the retest. Stop loss above the nearest high. TP at the nearest low. What is it? Swing to swing. Is this not is this not beautiful? Everything that you have just learned comes together like one big beautiful puzzle, and we make a whole lot of fucking money from it. Is this not beautiful? If you guys don't take this seriously, and everything that I just taught you, you just go and throw it in the bin and say it doesn't work. Remember, there's a kid out there, Prada. That brother has made millions trading our concept. You believe, okay, I've made millions from it. Bruno has made millions from it. Prada has made millions from it. And I know someone else out there has made millions from it. I know there's a lot more people that maybe are quiet about it that have made millions from it. If they can get it, right now another boy that you should watch out for, Ntobeko, is cooking. It's part of the exclusive community. Ntobeko is cooking. Shout out to Ntobeko. Shout out to Liseri. Liseri is cooking hard. Liseri every single... There's another guy, Stair012. Shout out to him. That brother is cooking. Maps. Shout out to him. That brother's cooking. Not Maps to South, the one you know. Another Maps. Cooking. Swing to swing. Swing to swing. Swing to swing. Swing to swing. If all these people can get it, if all these people can understand it, if you are watching this, all the people that I just mentioned, please comment down below and confirm for me, please. Confirm for me, because there will be someone like Rolio Jack who's going to say, I know, he didn't give proof. I don't need to fucking give you proof of anything. If you don't want money, then I can't help you. But if you do, just give this shit a try. It's for free. It's in front of your very eyes. It is in front of your very eyes for free. Give it a try. Give it a try. Is this not beautiful, bro? Is this not easy, bro? Okay, I told you guys that I'm going to give you guys a systematic approach, a day-to-day systematic approach on how to find swing to swing, how to make money from swing to swing. So, to make yourself more accurate with swing to swing, we utilize the higher time frames to understand the daily bias and the lower time frames to get entries based on the daily bias. Right? Cool. Now, in that being said, the system that we are talking about is we trade every single day. We look for one setup every single day. Look, you see these two entries that came from swing to swing. We don't use both of them. We don't take two trades. We take one trade every day of the rest of your life. Every day for the rest of your life, you're gonna take one trade. Right? You're gonna take one setup, one execution, one setup, and risk one amount. Comment down below how much you're going to be risking every single day. If you have 1,000 rand to your name, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, or 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, that lasts you 2 weeks. That will last you 2 weeks. You can get yourself a micro account. Link is in bio for a broker to use. You can get yourself a micro account. I chose that broker because you have multiple different account types. I chose to specifically give you that broker that I gave you. You have multiple different account types. You have multiple different leverages to use, right? If you have small capital, you go for the micro, for the cent accounts. If you have bigger capitals, you use standard accounts. You increase your leverage as well. Can you increase your lot size to make more money? But the main goal is one setup, one trade, one amount every single day, and then write everything down. Every single trade, write it down. Let me see if I can have an example of something that can be written. I don't think it's this book. These books they're the most important books you have in your arsenal, right? You must have a trading routine, guys. You must have a trading routine, guys. I'm gonna spend some time speaking about what's this thing? Confirmations. But you must have a trading routine, guys. So cool. This is how it's going to look, right? You write the date, the day, the time, the setup, your thoughts, etc., etc., etc. So, for example, pre-trade, I'm seeing buying potential, swing to swing potentially agrees with this setup. So, the overall bias was buys, and then once we went down to the lower time frame, we got to understand that swing to swing is confirming that these buys are happening, and then we look for our confirmation entries, right? Cool. So then I even wrote there is no double bottom. There was no confirmation entry. But on the 15-minute time frame, I found a inverse head and shoulders, right? On the higher time frame, the pressure was bearish, the bias was bearish, but there was buying opportunity. I'm not sure what I was writing. I'm not sure, but this is just to give you an idea what you must do. Then I took the trade. When did I take the trade? I executed the trade at 4. I started journaling in at 1. I only executed the trade at 4. It came off of a 1-minute flag, broke above resistance, waiting for a clear retest. The amount that I was risking was $50. The result was a win. My balance went from $950 to $1,083. You can calculate how much the profit was over that. The TP, it hit around midnight. There was almost no drawdown. So by doing this, you keep track of your emotions, you keep track of your setups, you keep track of your confirmations, you keep track of why you lost. The goal is to understand why you are the way you are. Trading is a very personal game. You are going to change as a person. The people that make it in trading, they literally change as people. Some of us even become alcoholics because of how trading kills us. Trading is so damn personal to the level where if you don't understand yourself as a person, you don't understand why your emotions work the way they do, then you won't understand your trading setups. You won't understand why you're trading the way you are trading. You need to develop a system. The best way to develop a system is do one thing every single day. Firstly, have a routine, a trading routine. I catch entries around these times. The 3 times I usually catch entries is around 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and 4 p.m. Around those 3 times, that's when I catch my entries. I start my analysis from 12 p.m. That's where I start analyzing entries from 1 till 4. I can catch entries, right? And I should be done by the end of the day. I should be out, have closed my trades. I usually hold for 30 minutes to longest 4 hours when I'm holding trades, right? I'm not going to be holding trades for too long. Do the same thing every single day. The amount that I risk every single day, it is the exact same. I repeat that pattern every single day, over and over and over, and then I note it down so that when I take a loss I can say, oh, I took a loss and then I ended up breaking my rule and back and revenge traded. Today I made profit from revenge trading, but I know that I did wrong because I'm not supposed to revenge trade, because on other days I know I lost more trades revenge trading than I did when I won today's trade. I won a lot of money, but it doesn't mean revenge trading is good. I must not reward myself for breaking my rules. I need to respect my rules. I need to first understand them, and then I can now respect them. You get me? You need to be analytical with your trades. You need to understand whenever I backtest, whenever I revenge trade, I'm gonna lose a lot of trades. Whenever I trade with too much confidence, I take losses. Whenever I'm underconfident, I'm not sure about what I'm doing, I'm confused, I take unnecessary losses. I need to be at a state where I'm confident about my trades, but at the same time I'm not over risking, I'm not over leveraging, I'm not over trading. This is why we keep it at one trade, one setup, one amount, so you can avoid a lot of problems. Even if you take a loss, what you need to understand about trading is, even if you take a loss today, right? Even if you take a loss today, it does not mean you're not gonna make money ever again. It does not mean you're not gonna make money ever again. It means you are done for the day. Today was a loss. It's fine. You try again tomorrow. Even if you start losing the whole week, it does not mean it's try. Your career is lifetime. You're gonna cry over losing for 1 week while your career is lifetime. It doesn't work like that. That is not trading. That is not trading. You understand? Trading is a game of probability. The probability of you losing, the probability of you winning every single trade is almost zero. It might as well be zero. The probability of you winning every single trade of your whole entire life, zero. Zero. If you go and look at your trading career, look at everyone's trading careers. If you can find me one person that has never recorded a loss ever in their whole entire life, I will give them everything that I have. I will give them everything that I have. I'll give him my car keys. I'll give him all the shoes that I've bought. I've given all my clothes. I'll give all the money in my bank account. I'll give it to them. I need to learn from you. Your mentorship is more expensive. It's supposed to be more expensive than any of our mentorships combined. Your mentorship, I'm going to give my whole life for you to teach me how you never lost in your whole entire life. Guess what? You can't. There are people who have crazy streaks. There are people who can go 6 months without recording a loss, but best believe they have lost before and they will lose again. And that's what you need to understand. Losing is not the end of the world. Losing is not the end of the world. Just because you lost today does not mean you're not gonna win tomorrow. Just because you win today does not mean you're gonna win again tomorrow. So every day is a new day. You do the same thing over and over, the same routine over and over. You get me? Take care of yourself too, bro. Go to the gym. Go get a life. Do this, do that. Some of you guys wanna go and leave school. What are you gonna do outside of trading? You don't have friends anymore, bro. You're just gonna sit there in front of the screen and become a chat zombie. Get a life. Get a life. We're trading for freedom, but you want to be a slave to the charts. Get a life. Get a life, bro. Honestly and truly, me, I'm speaking from experience. I know I don't have a life. I know. That shit is depressing. That shit is fucking depressing. You can have a lot of money, but it doesn't solve your problems. You trade for financial freedom, yet you're going to sit for 24 hours in front of the charts. Why? Unless you are still learning, that's the only time I can forgive it. But why do you want to be in the chart for fucking 15 hours a day when you know you're not even trading for 15 hours a day? Some of you, as soon as you deposit money into the account, you have to place a trade. Why? You don't have to place a trade simply because there's money in the chart. Simply because there's money on your account, you think you must trade. No. Patience. Patience. Don't waste your one setup on shit trades. One setup every day. One amount every day. One execution every day. The same routine every single day. And when the profits come, doesn't matter how small, remember, before we started making 100K almost every night, we were going and making fucking $10, $20, $50. People were looking at us like we were crazy, but we went through that shit. And you have to go through it. Small profits add up. $10 profit, $20 profit, $30 profit, $10 profit, $50, 30, 50, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 50, 100, 30. I have counted over $1,000. I have accounted over $1,000. You stack it up, you stack it up, you stack it up. You have you have $1,000. What do? $100, $100, you go for 500, 500, 600, 500, 300, 200, 500. You lost. Okay, it's fine. You go again. 500, 200, 500. I have counted over $10,000. And then what do? $1,000 a day, $1,000 a day. What do you risk? You risking. Bro, do you get what I'm trying to say? The goal is to scale, but don't look at your small profits like they're nothing. And then now look, right? In the description down below, there is a link to a prop firm. Right? This is for the people who know they have the skill. You guys watch the whole video. You understand what I was talking about. I still have to finish it up actually. You understand everything that I was talking about, but now you don't have capital. What do? You get yourself a funded account. You purchase it. I think the cheapest one is about 30 something dollars. You purchase $5,000 for 30 something, about $34 for $5,000 instant funding. Right? And then once you are funded at $5,000, bro, you risk $50 a day, maybe. Maybe you risk $50 a day to make $100 a day. You get your payout, your first payout, you can get $300. How much is $300? $5K. $5K, what you can get by $5K? You can get yourself a $10,000 funded account, then a $50,000, then a $100,000, then a $400,000. Link in bio to get yourself a funded account with Gold Funded. Everything, bro, everything that you need to become successful in the market, I have put it all into one video. Everything, bro. I care about you and your journey, and I believe that you are next, bro. You are up next, bro. But first you need to do for yourself is make sure you become profitable. Everything that I just taught you, put it down into paper, put it onto the chart, practice it every single day. Join the swing to swing community. Link is in bio. Send me a message so you can be added to the exclusive mentorship, so you can continue to learn, continue to ask questions. And then after 6 months to a year of diligent hard work, you will definitely become profitable. This does not mean you're guaranteed to become profitable. You need to put in the time. Just because you watch this video does not mean now you are profitable. No, you still have a lot of work to do. I taught you 10%. You need to put in that 90. You still need to fix your psychology. You need to fix your mind. You need to make sure you fix your routine. You need to edit your trading plan. You just had something what I do every single day. I just told you what you must do every day, but you can edit it. You can edit it. Okay, I think I'm going to start taking 2 trades a day maybe. I'm going to start taking based on your results. Everything is trial and error. If you see that 1 trade a day does not work for you, try 2 trades a day. Test it for a period of 3 months. See if it's profitable. then try again, test it 3 months, see if it's profitable, test, trial and error. Don't just jump and jump and jump and jump and jump. Trial and error. Make sure what you have has statistical results. This shit is profitable though. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Cool. Now, to finally break down the final bit of the strategy, we start on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, this is where we want to find the overall trend. Remember, I spoke about trends within trends. We're going to draw the overall trend. You can see that we have a overall downtrend. Right? We have an overall downtrend. Then we drop down to the 1-hour time frame. We try to find the next trend, the current trend, what we are currently looking at. Trends within trends. You can see we're still within a downtrend. Right? I'm not sure if I want to use this as a high instead now, because price is actually failing, continuing to the upside. So I think I like it the way it is, like this now. Right? And then 15-minute time frame. Try to make sense with what we have. You can see we have some sort of sideways trend, maybe. Some sort of sideways trend here. So what can we expect? If price can break below this low, we can expect selling opportunities. Big selling opportunities if we can break below this low. So then 5-minute time frame, this is where you apply swing to swing. So I'm not going to apply swing to swing. I'll just turn on the indicator. This is going to be your support and resistance. Now, remember, on a day-to-day basis, there's no swing to swing without a flag. No swing to swing without a flag. So this could have been the flag of the day, but I saw this one instead. This is what I saw instead. Remember, this was our entry. The sells came from that breakout retest over there. There was a head and shoulders TP right there. Cool. Now let's look for the previous day. So you can see this is what we sort of had over here. On this day, I actually saw it differently. I was actually wanting to buy, but price broke out and then retested. And then at that retest, created some sort of double top. Our entries was there, TP there, SL there. So I remember I told you that I'll show you guys how to catch longer trades. So the previous week levels, they are still valid. So you can see price came and retested that swing to swing again, and then we target the previous support. Those levels, they can extend. Now let's make another one. So you can see price was created a breakout retest. It retested this over here, and then when price went above their breakout retest, there was our entry right there, stop loss below the low, take profit there. But if we can check the Wednesday swing high became a better target. You see what happened here? Price was, what's this? Price created some sort of small flag, very small, very small over here. Created a very small breakout retest over here. We didn't really get an entry. Breakout retest, pushed to the downside, then we came back into here. Stop loss below the nearest high, above the nearest high. Take profit the next swing to swing. We go swing to swing. Sometimes we'll get these type of trades. See, we went from We entered at 2 p.m. We held all the way to the next day, from Thursday to Friday. Those are not the type of trades that I hold. I would have been long time out over there. But you can see, we can actually go and target bigger trades. You do get bigger trades. It's a swing to swing, guys. On this day, we didn't really get any good entries because we didn't even go to full TP. When it broke back inside, maybe we can say, okay, we have some sort of double top over here, and then we have some sort of sell right there, and on TP, and then you can see we have a big head and shoulders. So that left shoulder became our entry. Yes, it was in the morning, it was in the AMs around 3 a.m. And then the TP, we can even measure from the neckline to the head, and then again from neckline to head all the way down. That's your full TP. And what did it do? It went straight to full TP. We didn't really have a setup on that day though. And then this one, we didn't really have a setup. This one, we had a slight breakout retest, etc, 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 etc. But higher time frame, this is just to get the overall bias. And then the lower time frame, this is where we get our daily entries. One setup entry every day, one execution every day, one amount every single day. Okay, we are about to do our backtesting session. I want to actually backtest. We'll backtest for a full week, right? This video was supposed to be out for a long time ago, so I don't want to waste too much time anymore. I want this video to be out by Friday. So we're going to select a random. I think I'll go from May 1st to, we want to trade for a week. So 5 trades. May 1st, 6 trades. May 1st to May 20. To May 8th, sorry. To May the 8th, create the session. Okay. So, okay. There's already a setup there where I already have done some sort of backtesting. This is the backtesting platform that I use from time to time. Okay, cool. So I'm going to jump into the 4-hour time frame, right? In the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we have an overall down trend, right? Then we drop down to the 1-hour time frame to see that we had some sort of trend break over there. And then 15-minute time frame. Let's try to understand what we are doing. So we know that we were trying to push down to the downside. When one trend breaks, another one will form. Here's the other trend, but we can see we have some sort of break over there as well of that said trend. So in that being said, I actually want to take the market up. Now we drop down to the 5-minute time frame, so we can, the first thing that I actually want you to pay attention to is that we have a beautiful head and shoulders forming, and we just need to look at that left shoulder entry right there. But let's drop down to the 5-minute time frame, let price go for a bit, and then see what we can find. Okay, mark out 2 a.m. Mark out 11 a.m. Okay, let price break there. Now on the lower time frame, we are trying to find, there's no swing to swing without a flag. Let's see if we can't find anything. You can see price was actually trending downwards over here, and try to cater for most touches. So we're trading $100 and five, so it's about $20 a trade then. Okay, beautiful break retest. If you can drop down to the 1 minute time frame, you'll see that we have some sort of head and shoulders right there as well. You can see price bang, bang, bang. And where did it touch? It touched the left shoulder of the bigger head and shoulders. You can see now there's a lot of confluence. So let's see if we can find an entry right there directly. Beautiful. And then our target is always swing high. Or we didn't even mark out our target. So our swing low is here. So now pay attention. You can see that the swing low actually happened on 11 a.m. So that's fine. You can mark it that way. And then there's our swing high. So we always target the swing high. And then let's let it play out. Place order. We always risk a consistent amount. Let's go for $20. Perfect. Let's see how it goes. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. I think there was something that I wanted to actually point out. Okay, so if you pay attention over here, this would be a good first target because you can see price was failing to break below this level, and then it broke out retest to push to the downside. So we need to watch out what happens around that zone. If anything up, we just shot right through it, just like that. TP has been hit. Now let's just let price go and we go into the next day. Just gonna let price go. Look at that level. Look at that level. Look at that level. Look what happening around that level. It's a key level. That is a key level. You can see price keeps on rejecting around that level. That is a key level. Beautiful. 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 Oh, I think we are going to have a breakout retest day. Actually, let me not delete all of it because the trend might still make sense. I just need to get rid of at least this part. And you can see that, oh yes, we still have that trend break. But price went and broke below that low now. So it completely invalidated those buys that we were looking at. It's a new week, so we can even delete these ones. And then we can see I actually want to use this as the downtrend instead now. We completely invalidated those buys by breaking below that low. We might have a breakout retest today, and I want to actually come and take out this low, right? Because of why? 90% rule. Look at that. Look at that beauty, guys. Look at that beauty. Drop down to the 15-minute time frame. See if we can't find anything. This would be our flag that we were looking for. I don't see anything else actually. So 5-minute time frame now. Let's try. And you can see that we had some sort of trend here, but then we broke below it. So maybe if we can get a retest on it, then we'll have an entry. So again, mark out 2 a.m. and mark out 11 a.m. You can see, beautiful. There's our swing low. I'll extend it actually. And there's our swing high. So I need price to actually come push back up there, and then I know my target is going to be this low. This is the low that I target to take out. So I'll drop down to the 1 minute time frame to see if I can't find any better confirmations of selling opportunities. Okay, I think that's enough for me. You can see price broke below this minor trend over here. It didn't really create any real confirmation, no double top, no head and shoulders. This will be a trade on this day. Actually, I would recommend you stay out, but I really do believe that we are going to continue to drop. We just lack confirmation. So this is going to be called a risk reduced entry, a risk entry, sorry. Risk the same amount every single trade, see how that goes, see if it's going to hit, or I got greedy. I got too hasty. Let's see. Got way too hasty. There's our confirmation. Let's get the drop now. Broke the low, straight down. Got too hasty. I was supposed to wait, and then we even got the confirmation that we were looking for. Yes, we broke above slightly, but we went and pushed down. This was actually a beautiful double top right there. Beautiful double top, clean, and then we shot all the way down. I got hasty there. I was supposed to actually have left that. Unfortunately, I took a loss that was unnecessary to take because I wanted to take my entries early. Around what time? What was around 1? We got a proper entry around 4. So what I want you to take out of this trade is, number one, I'm not perfect. Firstly, secondly, you can see how a setup can easily be killed if you get hasty, if you want to you force the trade, right? That's a habit that you must also try to avoid. Just follow the rules, wait for it to come to the breakout retest, and then from there you can see price drop down beautifully. So it's okay when you take a loss, you know you won't always lose, and you know you won't always win. But we knew for a fact that we have to go all the way down. We knew for a fact we had to go all the way down. Look at that low taken out very beautifully. Now let's go into the next day. See how it goes, see how it goes, see how it goes. 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. I still see the exact same setup as the previous day. I will not lie to you. You can see how price is actually pulling up. The only thing that's giving me stress is the fact that the 90% rule has been complete. So I just want to delete this vertical line. We'll keep the swing to swing. We'll actually stretch it towards the end of the week. Just stretch that towards the end of the week as well. Jumped into the on the 1 hour. We see the trend, it's still the same. 15 minutes, we see that we have some sort of uptrend, minor uptrend that's currently forming. So let's see what 5-minute time frame will be giving us, if we are actually going to be getting sells or buys. But right now I actually want the market to drop. Even if it doesn't drop a lot, I do still want a drop in the market. Mark out 2 a.m., mark out 11 a.m. There's our swing low, it's quite fair. There's our swing high. Now let us be patient. We need to see a break and retest somewhere. Need to see a break. There we go. Give us retest. This is a double top. It's failing. It's failing. It failed. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Because now we were patient. We didn't get taken by this. Price gave us a beautiful actually did not give us much confirmation. We thought we were creating a double top over there, but price failed to actually come back down. So we see that it failed. It retested previous day's swing high actually. So I'm thinking we might have missed the setup, but we might, oh yeah, we missed it. We missed it. I was hoping that we actually get to this low over here so that we can push back up there. So no trade on the day. No trade on the day. No trade on the day. But are you understanding the idea that I'm trying to give to you guys? You don't need to have multiple trades every single day. You don't need to have multiple wins every single week. One win is enough, bro. One win. My balance is on $262 right now. You understand? We started on $100. We've already doubled the account. We don't need to push. You get me? We don't need to force the trades. We just need to watch the market and let the trades come to us. Just need to watch the market and let the trades come to us. They will come to us, bro. We can miss we can miss a couple of trades. We know we're not gonna win everything either way, but we just let it come to us. We broke back inside. I'm really tempted of using my trade. Let me see something. Let me see something. We're gonna take this risk. I'm risking it. What time is it? It's not my trading time. Never mind. Just watch it. It's not my trading time. It's not my trading time. It's not my trading time. We'll just let the market do its thing. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Yeah, you just need to learn to sit on your hands, man. Just need to learn to sit on your hands, man. Okay, it's now Wednesday. Market is pushing up very beautifully. Very, very beautifully. 6. I just need to be patient. We broke out, so I just wanted to retest one more time and then continue that big push that it's currently doing. We broke out of the overall downtrend though. 9, 10, 11. Oof. Looking like we have big buys on the day. Look like we have big buys on the day. So that swing high and that swing low, they are valid for the whole week. So we can just stretch them, just delete this so it's not too confusing. But that swing high and swing low are valid for the whole week. Or maybe let me do this so that it looks better at least. So that we know the current day's one, we use the boxes, and then the past ones, we just use this. These are the past swing to swings. Those are the levels that passed. And the rectangles you can get rid of. Okay. Now, again, no, on this day I need to take a trade, bro. I'm on one loss, one win, one loss, and one missed trade. Okay, 2 a.m. The swing high would be this one. Swing lows all the way down there. I'm expecting, this is the expectation. But if we reverse and at least break below this, If we can break below this, then I wouldn't mind seeing that. Let's just see how price plays around here. Okay, you can see we want to go bullish. We want to go bullish. Give us that first push, give us retest, and then let's get our entries. Let us get our entries. This is gonna be a very, very short trade, very small trade. Maybe I'll just drag it a bit higher, but this one will be very small. Place $20 as usual. I'm not going to be risking too much. I'm not sure if that stop loss is enough. Ugh. And there we go with our buys. It's just a consolidative day, I guess. Very consolidative. Okay. Yeah, the day just went consolidative after the New York session, but there our buys finally coming through. Very short as expected. But those sells, yeah, my spirit is demotivated right now, really. But at least you can see that we're not just trying to farm good trades. We actually back testing data that we picked randomly. You understand? And the goal whenever trading, it's clear, it's there. Okay, here I'm actually going to reset. I want to actually reset on this one. And then in that being said, we can see that price is currently creating, we have a downtrend over there. Then over here, oh, I don't know why I did not see this. I needed to actually jump into the higher time frame. We've created a beautiful double bottom right there. We have a trend break right there. What are the chances of the highs being taken out? They are quite high. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. That's the trend that we're looking at. Price can still drop, but it won't go that far unless we continue to let's drop 15-minute time frame, see what we have in the 15-minute time frame. Okay, I'm not too afraid of this. Not afraid of this at all. 5-minute time frame, let's see what we're looking at. Mark out 2 a.m. It's a Wednesday, right? Oh, it's Thursday now. 2 a.m. 11 a.m. Swing low, swing high. Now let's see how price plays. Just need to be patient. Let the price show you what it wants to do. Let the price show you what it wants to do. And from the looks of things, I want to take it to the downside. Let me see if there's a previous day swing to swing that could affect this one. The swing high over, oh wait, this was yeah, the swing high over here could affect the trade that we have. So let's just see. Beautiful. Let's see, I'll just prove the stop loss now. I'm looking at this level, it's a key level. Oof, beautiful, beautiful. Straight down to the TP. Come on, give us TP, man. You can't do that to us now. After all that, SL hit, no wrong. We got stopped out, and there's our TP. Beautiful trade. Beautiful trade, beautiful trade, beautiful trade, beautiful trade, beautiful trade. Currently sitting on 269 still, though. We haven't moved much. But this was Thursday. One more trade, and then we're going to go into a little bit of psychology before we end off the video. Going to go into a little bit of psychology before we finish it off. But guys, I hope you guys are seeing the idea, the overall picture, what I'm trying to share with you guys, how I'm trying to help you guys, if that makes sense. Higher time frame just helps you get the overall bias, while the lower time frame gives you the trades. Let's just find our swing to swing. Okay, so now if we go back to the higher time frame, see how this level is still doing something. These levels, bro, they don't go away, they still work, and we have some sort of head and shoulders forming right now. And now I can say, yo, come on, man, this is in front of you, bro. But let's not get overexcited. But it's right in front of you, bro. It's right in front of you. Yes, we want to push above a bit, we want to fetch that swing high, but we cannot ignore that head and shoulders. We're just going to wait for confirmation, though. So mark out 2 a.m, mark out 11 a.m, and then mark out our swing low, mark out our swing high. You can see we had some sort of double top. We just need to see if we're going to get an inverse double or we are going to actually push to the downside. I actually want to see this today. This is what I want to see. Let's see. Okay, price just broke a high. Is it going to give us selling opportunities? It looks like it retested the high again, broke above. Okay, no problem. Let's react to the break above. Oh, it came back inside. What time is it still? It's still around 5. It came back inside. It's just moving sideways on this day. It's moving sideways. It's not telling us anything. This low is a key low, but it's still right back into the what's this? The range. It's not telling us much. It's not telling us enough yet. Yeah, I think I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to let it go. Okay. So, the idea, guys, is whether we win 2 trades in a week, 3 trades in a week, or 5 trades in a week, the idea is to always remain consistent. You get me? We're not going to win all of the trades, but the trades that we do win are going to be significantly bigger than the losses that we take. You understand? And when the wins are bigger, then that means we can take a multiple losses and still end up being profitable. We started with $100, we won $269, but the win rate was not even that high. You understand? The goal first is to understand the price action, to understand how to trade properly. And then after that, we start to work on psychology. We start to work on our routine. We start to work on this is what we are doing, that's what we're doing, this is how we're executing, that's how we're executing, etc., 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 etc. You get me? So right now, all I want to tell you guys is congratulations, you've got to the end of the video. If you liked the video, make sure you like, drop a comment, bro. Tell me how I could have done this video better. Tell me what you want to see next. Tell me what you want to learn next. And make sure you join the exclusive community. We actually just killed FOMC. Let me show you what we did in the community today. It was very, very gorgeous. My people have been absolutely going ham in the community today, bro. They've been going absolutely ham in the community, bro. I'm so proud. Is this today? It's 29 today. So Innocent was also cooking. Beautiful in the morning. Nothing too hectic in the morning. And then once we started coming in to the normal day, around 11 now we can start to see entries. I see sales, but I did not enter yet because it didn't break yesterday's swing low. There is those potential, his resistance, your support. I don't know. I'm a market crash shift, my fair value gap. People now they are talking about their own things. As we only talk swing to swing. I'm going to talk to this brother. He must stop confusing us now. Then there was a beautiful trade by I think it's in Tobacco. Yeah, Tobacco has been killing it, bro. Tobacco has been killing it, bro. Look at that. I think this is Keegan also as well. We caught very beautiful sells at first. I wasn't trading today though. I did not trade. Scalping buys is insane. That's just to come back into sells. I don't know. What is the brother doing? How is it going? Okay, you can see that was a beautiful catch over there to catch it all the way down. I think I'm gonna start calling myself Sleazy Junior. The brother has been on fire today, bro. The brother has been on fire today, bro. Look at that, bro. Look at that, bro. Look at that, bro. All the way straight down, bro. Best decision of my life was joining y'all bros and shit, yeah. Some else, not to talk about our mentor, you the goats. Appreciate y'all. Looking forward for more profitable trades. Thank you, gents. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Beautiful stuff, bro. Beautiful stuff, bro. The people have been absolutely going ham, bro. If you're not part of us, you guys do not want to win. This whole video is just to help you guys trade better. But now we are going to trade on a day-to-day basis together. Was FOMC. This was FOMC, I believe. I don't know where did I send mine. My results. Did I not send my results here? I don't think I sent my results here. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong group. Or no, I'm not looking at the wrong group. I don't know. It was glitching out. Yeah, there we go. We killed FOMC. The brother here, I don't know why he was taking sales, but 600 to 4k. Lisedi for the win. Lisedi has been going absolutely ham, bro. I'm so proud of Lisedi, bro. Honestly and truly, I am so proud of the brother, bro. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching this far. Thank you guys. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for 7,000 subscribers. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. If you know somebody who wants to learn how to trade, send them through to this video. This video is going to change a lot of lives. Let's spread swing to swing far and wide and help as many people as possible. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm going to be dropping a vlog soon. You guys are going to want to see that one. Don't go.